New month means new plan with me video, and today I'm gonna set up my bullet journal for the month of January. So come along with me and see what I've decided to do for January. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome, I'm Stefania. For 2025 I'm gonna use this lovely notebook by Book Notebook. You can find an unbox with me video on my channel. I've had this notebook for so long because I've always been thinking about, I'm gonna use it for this thing, and then I've decided to change because for the project that I was thinking about using it for, I've ended up using a B5 notebook. For the setup of January, all I'm gonna use is different pen colors or around blue or light blue, and then a silver gel pen and a black fine liner, and that's it. I truly love this notebook. The more I look at it, the more I'm in love with it because it's just so gorgeous. And the first thing I'm gonna do once I open it is creating the cover page for January. Now, January is gonna be a theme all about bows because I just felt like doing it. It started with I wanted to do something about winter, and then I don't know how I've ended up here. I have no idea. The first thing that I've done is sketching everything out with a pencil because I'm not that amazing at drawing and I can't just take a white page and think of being able to do it. So you will not see this part, of course, in the video, but I've sketched everything out in pencil before going on with colors. And then I've decided to use colors, and then I thought that even if I was moving away from the winter theme, I could have sticked with something like blue or light blue to make me think about winter. I don't know why, my brain just goes there. And so this is what happened. Here you're gonna see me working on the cover, and here for the cover page I haven't skipped anything. You can see everything that I've done, like from the beginning till the end. I'm not jumping around in the video, no at all. The only thing that you will not see me working completely on is the little pocket on the side because I've already colored the bow before and then I've cut it to have it. The thing that made me really happy is that at the end of the day, I think that when I started it I wasn't so sure about the theme, but I can tell you that I truly love this theme. Like, I really like how it turned out, and I'm really happy because it just makes me feel really amazing to start a new notebook with a new theme that I've ended up loving, so I'm really happy about it. Then here you're gonna see me going with the silver gel pen around to add some details here and there, just because I swear I will feel like the page was a little bit empty and I didn't like that. And in my mind, silver was perfect to use with blue. Then I finished the title with this very simple, basic way of writing it. I didn't want anything that was too fancy because I knew then I would have hated it throughout the process. Maybe I would have loved it at the end, but not going through all the titles in all the spreads of the month. And the last thing that I did is I outlined everything with a blue fine liner so that I've managed to add more details with it. And then it was time to move to my pocket. As I've said before, I've already drawn and colored everything that I needed to, so here I'm just gonna glue it to the little pocket that I've decided that for this year I'm probably gonna use the craft paper for all the pockets just because it's easier, I guess. Maybe it's not the best, but I'm fine with it. And the last thing that I did is add more details with the silver gel pen around the bow, and then I was basically done with the cover page. Then it's time to work on my monthly view. This spread, it's always a question for me. There are months in which I really use it a lot, and other months in which I just forget about it. I don't know why. I should start using it a little bit more. Maybe yes. Will I do it in 2025? Who knows? Even for my monthly view, I've decided to draw some bows here and there, and then I thought it would have been nice to, I don't know, like connect them all with a line. I don't know, don't ask, it's just that my brain was like, had something more else where it looks a little bit empty. And sometimes I do listen to what my brain says, sometimes I don't. I completely ignore it and I just go with it. My monthly view almost takes the whole page because I wouldn't use it if it would be a very small calendar. I just know it. I have to use 2 pages so that there's enough space to add everything that I have to, and when I use the page, of course. And I've tried a different type of layouts in the past, and I've ended up realizing that this is the one that I like the most and that works for me the most compared to the others. And you're gonna notice here that I'm gonna just skip a little bit through the wall coloring things, because this way it would be a really long video, because honestly the setup took me hours. I know it's incredibly easy and simple, it's nothing too complicated, so it shouldn't be a fast theme to create. Instead, no, it took me forever. The last thing that I do is adding all the numbers for the dates, and then I create this line all around the spread. I don't know why, and I've just done it, and I've ended up even liking it at the end of the day. Probably it's not that easy to see from the video because especially from far away isn't really a visible color. It's very pale, as light blue, but I'm perfectly fine with it. And the last thing that I'm gonna do is adding some details with the silver gel pen, and then even my monthly view is ready for me to use. Workout tracker. This one, it's not gonna be different from my previously workout trackers from last year because it worked amazingly, so I don't see why I should change it at all. The only thing that's not the best with this page is that the tracker itself takes almost the whole page, so there's not so much space left for anything more, but still I managed to draw a few things here and there, and then I was more than happy with it. I know it's not a full, but it's perfectly fine. I've done the same things that I've done in the previous pages, so I've colored everything, then I've added some details with the silver gel pen and then with the blue fine liner. Then I've simply started writing everything that I have to write, from the title to everything that had to be filled in the tracker. So at the top, the things that I'm gonna do, so I have like a walk or weight because I just like to keep track of whenever I lift and whenever I don't, and then the different body parts, and according to what I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna color that each single day in which I work out. It's easy to use, it's easy to create, but it works amazingly for me. I don't feel the need to do anything more complicated at the moment, so that's perfectly fine. And so again, at the top there is what part of my body I'm gonna work out and if I'm gonna lift or not. And then there's a part in the spread where I can write some notes just in case. For example, if I'm gonna go and do just cardio that day, I can just color the walk option and then write in the notes cardio, and that's it. Then I'm gonna work on my spread for migraines. And here's the thing, I think I've said this before, but I don't remember when was the last time I've said this. I have this tracker in my bullet journal, but it's a very easy one because I literally have, let's call it a notebook that it has been given to me by doctors to keep track of migraines, because they've been part of my life for so long that I don't even remember when it started, honestly, and that's why I have a very, very easy tracker here. It's nothing complicated, and it has changed a little bit from last year, yes. Here, the difference is that basically what I'm gonna keep track is if I have migraine today, yes or no. And then in case I'm gonna take anything to help me with it, any pills or anything like that, I'm just gonna write that. It's really easy, and I took out some pills that last year I ended up never using, and so I was like, okay, I could just put the fruit that I usually use the most and then leave a space for notes. Instagram tracker, and then there's gonna be also YouTube one, so let's start from Instagram now. It's a spread that I created also last year, yes, but I've changed it a little bit. As you can see, I'm putting stuff at the bottom and not on the side of the page, and that's because I felt like by leaving the right part of the page empty, I could do something like add more doodles or more things if I have to write something more, and so this is why I've changed it a little bit. What do I use this page for? To keep track of whenever I post something and what I post, and numbers of followers that I have at the beginning and at the end of the month. I also have two spaces to write how many photos I've posted and how many reels I've posted, just to see if maybe by posting more there's a bigger growth. Let's say it's easy to see how it works, it's not that hard, and that's it. It's nothing complicated. This is not like me using the spread to plan ahead what I should post and when, but mainly to keep track of what I've done. YouTube one, it's the same one just like Instagram. The only difference is that here I keep track of how many subscribers I have at the beginning and the end of the month, and then how many videos I wanted to upload that month and how many I've actually uploaded. And this is because I just want to have an idea whether what I plan and what I actually do are in line or not, and so I think this is a good idea. Here I haven't added so many things on that page. I'm talking about doodles or drawing a clue, however you want to, and that's because I've noticed in the past that having just let's say almost half of the page to write something wasn't enough, and so I've decided this year to try this layout to see if it's gonna be better, and it just worked quite of like Instagram. Not really. Here I keep track of the things that I've done. Again, it's not to plan, but I simply write whenever I'm gonna record a video, whenever I'm gonna edit it, upload it, and when it's gonna go live. So it's just like see what I've done. Then it's time to work on the last spread of the setup for January, and it's my productivity tracker. This one, it's a spread that I definitely love, and I think it's so cute how it turns out, and it also helps me sometimes to be more productive, simply because what I do here is each single day I simply doodle the things that I've done. I have a little paper that moves from month to month, in which I have like the doodles and what they mean and the colors, because I divide them according to colors for productivity. So if it's something regarding being productivity about the household or your social media, I mean, I have different things, and what I'm gonna do is each single day, according to what I do, I'm gonna color with the right color and doodle the action that I've done. And it helps me because sometimes when I see a day empty, at the end of the day I try to do still a thing or two just to add more stuff. It's not smart, you know, but it works. It's like let's trick my brain. This definitely is a spray that I love to see at the end of the month because it's so much better. It's time for the flip through. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a thumb up and to subscribe for more videos like this one. Let me know with a comment if your bullet journal is ready for January. If yes, tell me also what theme you've decided to go with. As always, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. See you next time. Bye!